Desh here, and today we are covering Braindance. What it is, how to partake, and tips and tricks to ensure you have the best experience. In the Cyberpunk universe, Braindance was invented at US Santa Cruz in the early 2000s and was primarily used as a means of rehabilitation for prisoners, therapy, or trauma relief, and also for recording one's experience so that another individual could relive that experience as their own. By 2077, however, Braindance has become a widespread phenomenon, used in everything from movies to video games, adult fare, and more. In Cyberpunk 2077, Braindance is used as a method of storytelling. Think of Braindance as a key to unlock insight on various characters such as childhood trauma, religious or psychological activities, criminal acts, and more. During a Braindance, you are reliving someone else's experience, seeing what they saw, hearing what they heard, and feeling everything they felt in that moment in time. It's essentially kind of a VR immersion or trance. Inception, anyone? Often invoking some form of an emotional reaction and response from your character. This comes in handy when interacting with memories from deceased characters or when you want to record an experience to revisit later. And it is a major factor in Cyberpunk 2077 when it comes to story and gameplay. BD recording implants record every element in the background, even ones the Braindance roller might not be aware of. Sometimes you'll even be able to analyze extra layers or raw things the roller's cyberware picked up. Kuroshi Optics, for example, can grab infrared, allowing you to grab heat signatures from recordings taken while the roller was wearing that particular cyberware. When performing a Braindance, your character will put on a headset to initiate the sequence. There will be flashing lights, and there has been a PSA warning, as this animation could be a trigger for those with epilepsy or those prone to seizures. During a Braindance, your character will experience different sensations. You may feel scared, nervous, or even aroused, depending on the situation. You'll feel exactly what that BD roller felt at that exact point. During a Braindance, there are two modes that will allow you to relive the experience as your own. In Playback mode, you can watch the scene exactly as it played out. You'll be seeing the scene clearly through the eyes of the character your Braindance belongs to, so keep in mind you'll feel their thoughts and absorb their feelings as your own during the experience. In Analysis or Editing mode, you control the playback. The scene in this mode will appear more grainy as you scan details of the environment recorded by the BD roller. In the editor, you could pause, rewind, fast forward, resume play, or restart from the beginning. You could do this as often as you need in case you miss anything. You can zoom in and out and move the camera around freely to analyze every aspect of the scene. When you rewind or fast forward, remember, the longer you hold down the button, the faster you'll be able to do so. In this mode, you'll have 3 scannable tracks or layers: visual, thermal, and sound. The visual layer will be yellow, the thermal layer will be blue, and the sound layer will be green. In the editor, you'll be able to swap between these tracks easily as you analyze the scene. The bold sections in each track indicate a scannable clue. In moments where clues overlap, the bold section will glow. If on the correct layer, the clue will be highlighted for the duration of the sequence. Once a scan is successful, it will disappear from the track. In this mode, you'll be able to swap between sight, sound, and thermal to scan items and people as you hone in on a certain sense. For example, with sound mode, you'll even be able to hear someone on the other end of a phone conversation that another character nearby is having. Don't feel rushed. Take your time, and remember, if you miss something, you can always rewind or start from the beginning, or fast forward to the place lit up on the track to find that particular clue. Just make sure you're on the right layer or track for the clue you're looking for, or you won't be able to find it. Make sure to look around because some things may not be super obvious. Don't be afraid to glance at the ceiling, but keep in mind you can only scan a clue during moments that clue is perceivable by the person recording the Braindance. Meaning, even if you've seen the entire Braindance and rewind to a certain point where you know a character is about to pull out a gun you want to scan, you won't be able to scan it until the BD roller sees that weapon. Make sure you don't get too far away from the person's experience you're reliving. If you're getting too far out of range, you'll see a notice at the top of your screen that reads, "Leaving signal range," so stay close to the BD roller to avoid resetting the Braindance. I recommend watching the entire scene in playback mode first. Do this all the way through from the BD roller's point of view, as you listen and look for signs that may be important. Then, in analyze mode, you could start looking for clues. Pay attention to the information in the top right of your screen for clues on what to look for and what to do next. You'll notice some optional clues here as well. Keep in mind, some brain dances can be pretty intense. If you're planning on doing many brain dances during your playthrough of the game, you may want to invest in the cool attribute, since speccing into cool affects your ability to stay calm and keep your cool under pressure and high-intensity situations. So it might not be a bad idea to keep some extra points into cool, just in case you get hooked on this Night City trend. By the way, if you need help with attributes, check my guide in the description below. I also cover skills, perk points, and more. Basically, everything you need to know when you're first starting out in the game. Brain dances aren't just used to solve mysteries from the past, but are in fact the biggest draw entertainment-wise and are all the rage in 2077. However, as I mentioned, some experiences can be pretty intense, and rumor has it, too much dancing with the devil can result in brain damage. So, buyers beware, got it? You can experience brain dance for a job, for fun, in the main quests, in side quests, alone, or in a group. That being said, the more people experiencing one together, the less detailed that experience will be. So keep that in mind when seeking out these types of business opportunities or pleasures. Black brain dances, or XBDs, are a type of explicit brain dance and can be things like flatliners, where the BD roller dies during the recording. Note that partaking in a brain dance in a non-safe atmosphere can result in some risky situations. You may become too consumed by the brain dance itself, forgetting you're you sitting in a chair living someone else's experience, and lose all sense of reality and forgetting your surroundings entirely. Now, I've heard mixed things when it comes to if a brain dance can be forced upon an individual or not. Some say it can, while others say a brain dance only works on a willing participant. But I'm sure as we all progress through the game, this question and more will be answered. Brain dances are still used for medical reasons, including treating psychological therapy and other forms of mental illness, and this may be something you'll run into during your playthrough of Cyberpunk. When it comes to where you can get such an experience, there are many ways to partake in a brain dance. One is the arcade, a bar, or even your own home, if you could afford such a luxury. You may be familiar with one of Night City's most favorite brain dance operatives, a character you might have already met in fact, Judy Alvarez. She's pretty hard to forget. Judy is the premier brain dance technician at Lizzie's bar and is a hard person to miss. She leaves quite an impression, to say the least. The quest you'll be looking for to partake in a brain dance with Judy is called the Information. Judy is well respected for her skills, creativity, and innovation when it comes to the practice, and is even known to deal in illicit brain dances. For the right price, of course. Running the suite at Lizzie's, Judy is not only the techie and editor, but also affiliates herself with the Mox's gang themselves. Judy is the perfect person to seek out for your first brain dance experience, to ensure a smooth run for your first go. And don't worry, she'll keep you comfortable. And that's it, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And once again, if you need help with attributes, skills, perk points, and more, check the guide below. I've also got a great guide on how to create your own DIY Cyberpunk 2077 light-up LED jacket for only $60. Check that out in the description below as well. And if you want to catch my live stream, be sure to follow me on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming a ton of Cyberpunk. I'm even RPing my character, and I've been having a blast. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of brain dance. Have you already participated in one and want to share your experience? Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!